are we going to translate that, Gaia?
Look, the barber is also on the farm. The barber is Pantagmus.
Yeah, Pantagathus. Let's all say that together. Pantagathus. Well, Latin's actually the basis of all the Romance languages. So the structure of Latin and a lot of the vocabulary is very similar to the Romance languages, which are French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. The appeal of continuing with Latin through the probably Latin 2, Latin 3, and AP level is that you actually get to read real Roman literature. You get to read authors such as Ovid and Cicero and Catullus, and it's pretty fascinating that a third-year Latin student could read some unabridged Cicero, fairly easily by the time they're in Latin 3. Definitely. 2 reasons. Well, mainly it will help with vocabulary. If you open almost any SAT prep book, when they start with the vocabulary section or are telling you how to review for the vocabulary section, they'll give you a list of Latin roots.
Yeah.
And those Latin roots, if you can identify them in an English word, it makes it very easy to pick a definition from just a multiple choice question. So it enhances your vocabulary. And they actually say about 60% of our English language comes from Latin, so has Latin roots, and over 90% of 2-syllable words come from Latin. So you're talking about an enormous advantage that Latin students have over students who take a different language. And surprisingly, they also say that Latin students score much higher on the analytical and even the math section, which a lot of people find surprising, but that's because Latin is kind of like a puzzle, and you have to use a lot of analytical thinking when translating, and it helps with that section on the SATs.